Hey guys, and welcome back. Well, there's a woman who once worked as a drummer for Beyonce, and she claims the singer is wrapped up in the practice of extreme witchcraft. Beyonce. Now, according to a very bizarre court document obtained by the Blast, Kimberly Thompson says she used to work for Beyonce. I worked for her as a drummer for in her band for about 7 years. She's claiming. Now she claims that for some reason, Bay has started a campaign of harassment against her that includes extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and magic spells of sexual molestation. Now, she also claims Beyonce murdered her kittens. Yeah. Now, Thompson believes Beyonce has been taping her phones and controlling her finances. Now, it's unclear why Thompson believes the singer is allegedly doing all this to her, but she is adamant it all stems from Beyonce. Hmm. Now, the Blast did some research on Thompson, and according to her interviews and reports, it appears she is a drummer that performed with Beyonce as part of an all female band. Now, she has also released several albums on her own record label and has played with the 8G band on Late Night with Seth Meyers. Now, she also posted a YouTube video recently talking about mean people and appears disheveled and erratic. Now, Thompson's request for a temporary restraining order has been denied by the judge, most likely because of the nonsensical rantings about witchcraft.
Hey, how you doing?
Um, oh, feeling like a bunch of cherries right now.
Well, Kimberly, I appreciate you taking the time to talk, and really, I just want to first just talk about what what is important and what what you want to get across to people and help people with. You wanted to start off about really what it is that you want people to know, and what how you want to help people with
Um, well, well, I want everybody to know that God is real and to stay in alignment with your higher self, your higher purpose. Um, do activities that bring the best out of you and not the worst out of you. Understand that there's a high level of low vibrational entities around, but also with that awareness, there's high vibrations around as well. So we just need to have more awareness where we're trying to go and what we're trying to do and what's going to make us happy in the long run.
And so that's what you're focusing on, being involved in a high vibration, and that's something that people should aspire to. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let's talk a little bit about you. What's going on with you lately? Obviously, you've had a great music career, long music career. What's up? What's up with Kimberly these days?
I'm well. Like I'm pretty independent. I do not like to depend on other people, so I try to stay away from codependencies and codependent relationships. That's why I do have my own company, and I pretty much am my own woman and my own boss for a very long time now. And so I've been restructuring some old patterns that stimulate from singing and playing guitar, which was my first accolade into music. Drums was secondary, and it just was a phenomenon, which I'm really grateful for. And I'm very grateful for the people I've worked with, and all the work that we've done has been a huge success across the board, from Broadway to hip hop to jazz. So I'm very grateful to that, and I thank God for that ability to share gifts in that way. You know.
Well, Kimberly, absolutely. And I would be remiss. You were a little bit in the news recently. I don't know if you saw, but what could you just explain to me what prompted that, and why you believe this sort of negative energy was coming from Beyonce, and just talk about that a little bit so we can understand that.
Well, I definitely did that to definitely be so clear to cut the cord that I don't want to have anything to do with this person at all. I don't want to work with them. I'm even embarrassed that I have worked with them because it's literally shattered everything that I've tried to build after doing that work in my life. So if I have always said when I was a kid, I never would want to regret anything, but this I regret. I regret that we ever worked together because it's turned my life completely upside down. She's not been able to let me go. She's not been able to let me progress into a mature woman and work with other people, build other great entities and statues and trophies that develop in the arts world and music. She's just been a savage, stealing my intellectual property, stealing my ideas, just basically doing anything and everything to damage any type of happiness that I could have had up to current. That be in my own independent career, establishing my own company, my own music, relationships, whether it be business partnerships, personal relationships. So I've had to do a lot of work, a lot of practice of self-love. I know that, I was that kid that grew up and always did the right things and always studied really hard and always did a lot for whoever I was working for and the company. And, that time has come and passed over and over again. And it's just been a nightmare to try to move on and do other things with other people without it getting totally destroyed. Other people I've worked with that have been on a plateau have been paid to fire me. I found this out, and then it just kept happening. So it was like it was a pattern. You get really excited about something, you build it up, you invest all this time and everything in it, and then she comes and pays people to fire me and insult me, and it's just been disastrous. And I'm pretty strong, so I've kept my train moving forward and establishing new relationships and in different entities of the industry, like stepping away from jazz, going into pop, going into hip hop, going into independent writing, composition writing, teaching, touring, television, inspirational speeches, helping people cleanse, become more aware of, their purpose here spiritually, Broadway. And so I have a lot to give to the world. And she's just, I think there's a huge amount of jealousy there that she hasn't discussed with me. And but everybody knows, it's interesting that, the public doesn't know all these things, but the people that are associated in the higher powers, to say more or less do. And I've had enough, I've had enough. So, the fact that I even had the strength to go file a restraining order, which I did, to be very confidential, um, is already was so much for me because I'm such a nice, loving, patient, tolerable person. This has been going on since 2006, and it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. And for a very long time, I put this person on a pedestal. I love them. I send emails, publicly, happy birthday and all this stuff. And the entire time, this person was casting spells and manipulating me and controlling my job situations, my relationships. Just all kinds of things. So I come to you very pure with no makeup on. I just got out of the shower. I took an Epsom salt shower. I love that for my skin. And I'm totally into just self-nurturing and self-love because that's what I need right now.
There was some, just I have to ask just because it was out there the about the what happened with your cat? What happened with this? She cast spells. What exactly happened there with your cat, and then with your money and your phone?
My money is tied up right now. Right now. She's trying to force this third world country type of way of living on me in the United States. It's very interesting. I grew up with pets, and I lived in New York City for a very long time, and I really wanted one. It will be a year that I got the cat, and the cat died, like today. Um, Beautiful kitten. She's 3 months old. She was abused, and I went and picked her up. She was beautiful, and we had a good time for a moment, and then like a lot of weird stuff started happening, and then so I decided to take it back, and I took it back, and the cat started doing weird magical stuff. Like I'm telling the person, the nurse, like, hey, I don't want this kitty. Please take it back. It's being weird, and I don't, I've lived with cats for almost 20 years as a child. These behaviors I'm experiencing from this cat is challenging my 20 years of education living with a cat. And so something's wrong with this kitten, and I don't want it, and the cat just, it's had its own personality. It stuck his hand out and grabbed my finger, type of weird, crazy shit. Excuse my French. I'm going to France soon, so I'm just practicing. And so I kept the cat out of guilt, out of, emotional ambiguity. I drained my bank account on the situation, and then I took the cat to the West Coast to do a job in San Diego, La Jolla, and more bipolar activity started happening. I was getting abused every time I came home from work, and I'm talking about like 12 to 16-hour days. I come home to rest, and then the cat is like, well, not 12 to 16. I mean, I would have breaks because that's like I would come home for lunch every day, and then come home for dinner, and then I would come back to rest. And I was just getting abused to the point where I'm still healing from a scratch on my rib cage at this time because it drew blood. It was awful. It was very, very awful. I've never been attacked by an animal, and I was at this time. And my scar is still healing on my rib cage. So it was so manic and gnarly that I ended up calling 2 psychics to, like, I got the first word from the first psychic and I didn't want to believe it. So I called later after like right before this happened to get a confirmation to make sure, because I didn't want to release this cat. I have an emotional attachment to pets, as we all do. And they were like, the cat has a spell on it. And I said, well, what about this person, that we are discussing at this time? They're like, yes, this person put the spell on the cat, and you need to get rid of it, like right away. You need to do something, because otherwise you're going to be in really, really, really huge trouble. And so I've been being followed this entire time. I'm dealing with a group of people. Her specifically, they practice this. I don't know jack shit about witchcraft and magic spells and all this stuff. And I don't condemn anybody who does. Everybody, we live in America. It's the First Amendment. Everybody has their right to express freedom of speech and freedom of practice of religion or no religion. So I'm very well aware of that. And that's also why I'm not religious, so that I can interact with all types of people. I'm very spiritual. I don't like diversity and I don't like discrimination, because it just keeps us at a negative separation from each other. And so I'm being followed this entire time. I have colleagues that are seeing this happening that I'm working with, and we're all like, this is crazy and this is gnarly. And so the cat was taken back to her people, like, and they killed it. So, and I have it on video, and I'm just like, I can't deal with this shit. But at the same time, it was a new job, and I couldn't, like, not do my new job. And so I went into work, like, my eyes totally bloodshot. Everybody thought I had smoked the biggest, bag of Bob Marley, and I was just like, no, I didn't do that. But that's cool that you guys are, cool if I did, but no, that's not what this is. Like, literally my heart just got ripped out. This is very emotional for me, and one of my true loves has been absolutely destroyed and is no longer with me, and I'm here at work trying to keep a happy face on, and yes, it was very emotional for me.
Now that's been going on for a while now. I'm not even messing with you right now. There's nothing. And look. The cord for the other one is unplugged. See, the thing's not even connected to it.
Oh God. Oh God. Who's there? Oh God. Oh God. Who's there? Oh God. Oh God. Who's there? Oh God, my flashlight is okay. Who's there? Oh God. Oh God. Who's there?
So that's you have to understand that there's righteous spirits and there's wicked spirits, but everything that happens to you, good or bad, is at the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's why in that film, in that video about Joan of Arc, because Joan of Arc was doing what? Leading, usurping authority over men. All right, she was usurping authority over men. There's a bit in the film where she goes, "Command, you dare command Joan the maid?" Because our women in the Middle Ages, they used to call themselves maidens, which means virgins. It was a shame if our women were not virgins, but not now. All right, it's totally changed. Amos 7:17, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city. But it's a spiritual entity also to that. Now, I saw a video online, and I'm not going to play it, but I'm going to show you some of the pictures, because what we have is something now called spirit photography, where demonic entities that are attached to people, like you had the, I think it's an Israelite, used to be a heroin addict, and while he was in and out of rehab and all this stuff, he got married to, women. They like bad boys and they want to try and change him. Do you get what I mean? A wicked woman is portioned for a wicked man, all right? Okay? We see past you women that, oh, he's mine. I want to stop him being a thug, a killer. Well, why are you with him if he's a thug or a killer? Why? You met him when he was doing that. What kind of madness is that, man? All right? Your parents gave birth to you so you can go out with a thug and a killer. A wicked woman's portion for what? A wicked man, man. And spirit photography is being seen everywhere, man. And this was even in the paper. And this was on a video. But I want to show this. Now, this is a woman in America, right? Young girl. and she does Snapchat and all this stuff. And nowadays, the Lord is making those spirits on the left come alive. All right, this guy had it in a video. Now this girl, she's about 22. She swore that she never edited anything. I mean, she put these things on there, on her Snapchat thing. You know, you can edit it. But look at her neck. You can see one eye. You can see another eye. And you can see a sinister grin, man. That's the Jezebel spirit, man. And you can read about Jezebel online, man. Or in the Bible. All right, a woman that wants to be worshipped, a woman that usurps authority over men, a woman, and Joan of Arc had that same spirit. This Jezebel, this could be the face of the Jezebel spirit. And remember Micah 7:10. It tells you that's why it says our women will be enemies to our men. And a lot of them have this Jezebel demon on them, man. So when you take photos, sometimes these demons play around and they show themselves in the physical. Like this. And this is not edited, and I believe her, man. All right? I believe her, man. And what I realized is I was mucked up back then. A lot of the women, girls that I wanted to go out with, they had this fucking spirit, man, as well, man. And I had demons on me myself, man. So it would have been just, it would have just been, you've even got men that's got Jezebel spirits, man. All right? Always wanting to be seen. But it's told you in Timothy, it says, man will be lover, people will be lovers of themselves, boasters, proud, lovers of themselves. Selfies, man. Look, she got more than she bargained for in that selfie, man. All right? So that's the reason why this truth is the most powerful demon, evil spirit repellent that you can have, man. Because the Lord, as you saw in the book of Job, and I saw it before, he gives permission to Satan to put these things on you. All right? Just like this guy, what's his name? Antoine Dodson, man. I don't think he's in the truth no more, but the Lord cleaned him up for a while. He's a black guy who was a homosexual, flaming homosexual, and he said, no, I'm an Israelite now. And what did they do on TV? They mocked him. Did you pray the gay away? Yeah, he did pray the gay away. Then he linked up with a woman that he knew for a long time and had kids with them, man. And, so he brought forth life. But they mocked him. You know why? Because that's the way they look at you Israelites, man. You're just a sideshow to them, man. All right? So all of these things and everything that's going on now in these last days, because we know that the Great Tribulation is coming and all this kind of stuff. All right? God is going to be with his elect and 1/3. The rest of them, they're going to perish. All right? But the Lord is in control. Job 12:16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. And we know who the deceiver is, man. So the deceiver's finished, man. All right? So this is not just it's not a physical battle. It's a spiritual battle. And I think you know what scripture I'm going to go to. All right. A lot of the Christians, they do that. And that's why even in the Christian churches, you see them, they go up to the front of the podium and you see them snarling, you know, coughing, vomiting, you know. There's one exorcist that I watched years ago, man. Not the film, a real one. It was online. And in the Vatican, people from the Vatican, they taped this woman down to a table and with chains in her hand, and the demon was in her, and when they were doing it, and the demon was going out of her. No, she's mine, no, I won't let her go. He was saying, they were saying that in Italian, man, you know, because the demon, the principality, which is a leader of demons, had a nice comfortable home in that destroyed vessel, man.
Dicasmi il nome. No! Sei da solo? No! Quanti siete? 80 uomini! Quanti? No! Quanti ce ne sono? Quando esce? Mai! Quando esce? Mai! In nome di Gesù, dicasmi. No! Ma lui a fissarlo, perché tu non conti una cicca, ovvero non conti una cicca. È la mia!
It was this a Edomite woman, you know. So things like you see in The Exorcist, the movie, those things happen, man. All right, but as I said, Ephesians 6:12, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but with principalities. See, these are leaders of demons, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. We know who's ruling, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. You know, and the things you're going to see, you know what I mean? Look, you're going to see Leviathan come. Hey, Leviathan's going to be there in America, man. All right? If you want to know who Leviathan is, all right, don't worry. You're going to see him very, very soon, man. You know? Now, that he's in Job, Job, is it Job 41? I think it's Job 41. Job 41. Leviathan. See? Now? See? Now, let's see this. Now, this is in, you know, the Bible, man. And Leviathan is a sea creature who is described as a dragon who fire can come out of his mouth. So, I wonder who that is. And remember, in the Middle Ages, we had encounters with so-called dragons. Well, so they say. Anyway, you know. See? But Leviathan, alright? We know who Leviathan is, and you're going to see him very soon. And I said this to someone in the camp, man. I said, listen, man, if Leviathan comes out the River Thames, and he is scary, are you going to run? If the Lord controls him, why should we run? You know? Why should we run? He ain't going to blow fire on us. The Lord knows who we are. See, that's why our faith is going to be tested in these last days, man. Alright? And I'm going to do a video on Leviathan, but I'll give you a little bits. And these are the ones that I think, you know, there's a lot of fake stuff online, but these are the ones that are actual, to me anyway, these are sightings of Leviathan, because in Hollywood, they're not that creative. Even Michael Bay said it. He said a lot of the things we do is based upon the Bible, you know? He said that for his film Transformers, man. Okay? So I'll leave it at that. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone that rule well. Salutations to the Archean, teach word, spirit, and truth. And blessings to the elect and 1/3 blessed be saved.
Job 41. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him as with a bird? Or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Lay thine hand upon him. Remember the battle, do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? Who hath prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely portion. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can come to him with his double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a close seal. What is so near to another that no air can come between them? They are joined one to another. They stick together, that they cannot be sundered. By his sneezings a light doth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke, as out of a seething pot or cauldron. His breath kindleth coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. In his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. The flakes of his flesh are joined together. They are firm in themselves. They cannot be moved. His heart is as firm as a stone, yea, as hard as a piece of the nether millstone. When he raiseth up himself, the mighty are afraid. By reason of breakings they purify themselves. The sword of him that layeth at him cannot hold, the spear, the dart, nor the habergeon. He esteemeth iron as straw, and brass as rotten wood. The arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones are turned with him into stubble. Darts are counted as stubble. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear. Sharp stones run to him. He spreadeth sharp pointed things upon the mire. He maketh the deep to boil like a pot. He maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. He maketh a path to shine after him. One would think the deep to be horrid. Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. He beholdeth all high things. He is a king over all the children of pride.